Brianna Ray from BriIY here to bring you another video. Today I am going to show you this really interesting way that I found to make completely custom fonts all on your own or fonts out of your own handwriting. I think that this is a super simple and easy process, but I think it's something that a lot of us could get a lot of use out of. To be entirely honest, I first came up with this idea and started going through with the filming of it because I am getting married actually next month now, and we just had our bridal shower and we have so many thank you notes to write, and I just kept thinking, gee, I wish there was a way I could just print something in my handwriting. So with all that said, I wanted to find some way that I could create a digital version of my handwriting, and this is actually a surprisingly authentic way to do that, so that I can print as many of my thank you notes as I want without it seeming super disingenuous. Spoiler alert, I didn't actually go through with it. I thought it looked a little too perfect because I think I was being a little too perfect when I was making the font, and I was worried about it looking bad, and in the end it just made it look more digital and artificial. But again, super cool process, and the website that helps you do this is super incredible. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop over to the computer and get right into it. Alright, so this is the website that you are going to need to go to. This website is called Calligrapher, Calligraphr, not ER. It's going to ask you to create an account, which is just an email and your password, of course, and that's when it's going to open up to giving you all of these different template options. Now you can scroll through different letters from different languages, different ligatures, scripts, punctuation marks, and so on. For the free account, you can only have a font with 75 different characters in it, and that does separate your capital letters from your smaller letters. You're going to see I have this like warning at the top here, but all you have to do is click on what you would like to add into the font, and it will automatically add these letters, figures, characters in here for you. And to delete them, all you'll have to do is click on them until you have all of the pieces of your font that you would like. As you can see here, I feel pretty good, so I'm going to go up to download template. Now you can either download it as a PDF or a PNG. I would recommend the PDF if you plan to print, but I'm going to use the PNG because I am going to create this completely digitally and save myself the ink. You can change the cell size and the names, of course. I also like to keep the helplines on, and you'll just change the name to whatever it is that you want it to, and once it's done, you'll be able to download it as a zip file, as it will come on multiple pages. And you'll just sit and wait a second while everything gets downloaded, and then you'll be moving on to upload it either into a drawing application or printing it. This is what the first page of the template looks like, which has I think about 45 different spaces on it, maybe 44, and the rest of the letters are on page number 2. And when it came down to it, I just popped it into Procreate, and I used their monoline brush to create everything. I messed with the sizes a little bit, and I kept changing my mind on what kind of styles I wanted to go through and all that, but for the same reason that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I think I tried to make it a little bit too perfect, which essentially led to it looking a little less realistic. But here's how these slides started, and once everything was filled in, it looked a little bit like this. And page 2 is going to go from this into this. Once I had the images saved, I decided it was time to get everything uploaded back onto the Calligrapher website. And to do that, I normally transfer things from my phone or my tablets to my computer just by uploading them and then re-downloading them on the device I want on Google Drive. And heading back to the Calligrapher website, of course, I went back to this kind of steps list, and you're going to go to the My Fonts or click this little hyperlink that says Fonts page. Over here, it'll give you an option to upload your template, and you're just going to choose your files. You can only upload one at a time by clicking that button, as you can see here. So I'm going to click this, and then you can hit choose file again and actually upload your second document as well, and then hit upload template all at once, so all of your images will go in at one time. Once everything is processed, it will give you these little thumbnails of all of the different letters and what they are going to look like. You can also add variants, it looks like. I think this is one of their premium features that you have to pay for, but if you want, some A's to look like one way and some A's to look another way, that way it kind of gives it that more realistic look as well, and a little bit more like natural handwriting. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to upload everything for you, just like this. And once you like what you have, hit build font. You can rename it, and this is however it's going to look on your device. So I'm going to change mine to BRQ Handwriting, and once I am happy, hit build. This again is all happening real time. I am not speeding through this process at all. This is as quickly as it took to build everything, and it even gives you a little example of what it looks like at the bottom. It just simply shows you the alphabet, some English writing, it has a Dutch option, and a size comparison as well. So definitely a nice way to preview everything before you download. So if something looks a little funky, you can go back and change it. I believe that this size comparison is compared between Times New Roman and Arial. I think that was kind of interesting, all things considered, but it wasn't a super necessary part of the process, I didn't think. So once I felt good about it, again, I was ready to download, and I go up and I always download the TTF font files. You can see that there is a TTF and an OTF at the top. I again just went for the TTF, and I just saved it into my downloads folder so that I could upload it to my fonts setting menu on my computer. I struggle to actually find this. I'm pretty sure it's in your computer settings or your control panel or whatever, because I do have a Windows computer. I just went to my search bar, typed in fonts to make it easy on myself, and opened up the option that said font settings. And I also opened up my downloads folder so that I could easily drag and drop. You'll see here, it'll tell you drag and drop to install, and that's really as simple as it is to get new fonts on your computer, and it will then automatically include this font in any font list on any program that you're using that accesses the fonts available on your computer. So click and drag, and again, real time, it'll pop up just about now. There it is. And now you'll only have to search up BRQ Handwriting or whatever you called it to access your font. So now I'm going to open up Microsoft Word just because that is what I have. And I am going to show you exactly what the fonts look like in action. And I think you'll also be able to see how not so perfect, but perfect they look. They look so perfect that they look wrong. But I'm just opening up a blank document here, and I'm going to bump up the size of the font a little bit as well. I think I just did 36, so it might be easier to see. And here I am going into the fonts menu, and you can see that my fonts are going to be at the top for recently used, as I did test them out already. This is the original one that I made with the frames that I showed you earlier in this video, and it doesn't look horrible. It also would probably help if I didn't accidentally switch to another font in the middle of typing. But, you know, here I am typing, hello, my name is Brianna Ray, and I run the BriIY YouTube channel. And it looks fine. It definitely looks handwritten, but it also totally looks like a font, like a handwritten font that is meant to be typed. I tried it again and tried to make my handwriting a little more loose and a little bit more the way I would probably actually write instead of worrying about making it look super perfect. And something I noticed is that it is definitely a little bit like thinner compared to this more evenly spaced one that I have on the top here. I'm actually gonna copy this one and paste it over top of the original so you can kind of see the difference. It gets a little bit thinner, but the letters are still pretty similar. I mean, you know, it is my handwriting regardless. I just think that it's interesting to see these differences. So adding those variations in would definitely make a difference, all things considered. But either way, and with all of that said, I hope you guys like what you saw today. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. I do put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I would love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!